What's up? What's going on? It's been a few months since I made a video. So, here we are. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I see a lot of people doing reviews. And most of the channels I follow on YouTube are motorcycle orientated. And all these people doing reviews, but majority of the time, it's new stuff. And these guys are just basically pimping gear, clothing, motorcycle parts, new stuff, which is great. But the problem is, and what makes me nuts is, like the guys, you got to get this jacket, vest jacket, right? You got to get this jacket. It's from so and so. These guys ride. They know what they're doing. They know how to make stuff. Okay. Then I see the jacket and I'm like, yeah, that's a piece of shit made in fucking Vietnam. And the people that fucking own the company or design are fucking idiots. You know what I mean? The fucking guy had nothing to do with clothes. Now he makes riding jackets. And the guy telling you is even worse, because he got a free jacket. Now he's the fucking authority on jackets. Whether he's got a bike shop, builds bikes, moto vlogger, whatever it is. It's crazy. It's like, what, nobody ever ride a motorcycle before this coat came out? Before they had this riding jacket? I did 2 reviews on my channel. One was for Super Shocks, which are a great shock, and the Fab 28 pipe. Both I paid for. I didn't get either one of them for free. And both were great products. I just did the review because, and the thing is, I did these reviews, over a year. I didn't get the shocks and do a trip, and that's another thing. Guys get parts, and they ride. Oh, we did 1,000 miles. Bro, you did 1,000 miles on the fucking interstate. You went across 3 states at 80 miles an hour. Everybody's fucking dad and uncle's doing that every weekend on their 30-year-old Softail. You need this fucking stuff you're telling people to buy to do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So, like I said, I did the shocks and the pipe years after I had them. And, the Fab 28 pipe I got, like I said, I paid for it. I didn't get it for free. I didn't, it's stainless, so it don't rot, which is a big thing for me. I live in Brooklyn. I don't have a garage. I park my bike outside. The most it ever gets is a cover over it. So I don't want some fucking chrome pipe that's going to look like shit. Another good thing about it is it's multi-sections. So if something happens to one of the sections, whether it cracks, you go down, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure Fab 28 would sell you the pipe, sell you the section you need, the collector, the muffler, whatever it is. I can't say for sure, I don't know, but I don't see why not. Super Shock. I mean, where are you going to get an American-made shock with a warranty for $600 and something? You're not. Built to spec. And I knew they were good shocks as soon as they put them on, because I put them on my bike and set the preload adjuster to like 1 on the setting, and sat on it and did all the measurements, set the sag, and checked the sag, and it was almost perfect. I rode the bike for like 2 weeks, broke in the shock, did a correct measurement, had to crank them up to like 1.5. I see some of these guys with shocks, they got the preload adjuster fucking all the way down. The spring looks like it's gonna explode. That's not right. That's not gonna work right. I seen a guy posted a wanted ad the other day looking for suspension, and he put a couple companies, all the better companies. That you know what I mean? You're gonna buy shocks from Tiny Tim on Instagram, and you're Big Joe. You're 270 pounds, and this guy's $150. His bike's 100 pounds lighter than yours, and they got 30,000 miles on them. Then you're gonna put them on your bike and tell them, bro, you gotta get Olin's for your bike. You gotta get these shocks. Without these, dude, those fucking shocks are hammered. It's so crazy. Same thing with the motor parts. The guys put all this money into this motor. Put it on the dyno. This is what we got. This is how much motor power we're making, this and that. I see the guy's videos, 2-3 videos later, the motor blew up. We got a noise, the motor blew up. Well, that's from this. You didn't build a motor, you built a bomb. You built a fucking hand grenade. You know? Or the same thing, like the one guy, all this stuff to his bike, everything is done. Rides all over the place on the interstate. Okay. You could go across the interstate in a fucking station wagon for 30 years and probably, you know what I mean? Like, what happened? That video, he was on the back roads, him and his homeboy are all over the place. They almost buried those fucking bikes. Put them in a ditch almost. But he's going to tell you this is what you need for your bike. Crazy. You know, it's crazy. It's the same thing with, like, boots, you know, guns. Guns is crazy. This guy's making $1 million off a channel telling you about these guns. This is the gun you need, and when shit hits the fan, and you know, and Glocks and ARs, Glocks and ARs. This is what you need. Yeah, okay. When shit hits the fan, and you're over there with your fucking Terminator gun, old boy over there in the fucking deer blind is gonna take your head off with a bolt-action rifle, and he's gonna end up with a free gun. It's crazy. But like I said, I want to do a review on something that works and is good and isn't new and isn't fucking made in another country. And it's a stove. I did 2 trips this season. I bought a BMW GS to do some off-road trips. I did 2 off-road trips, both about 10 days, both over 1,000 miles, and both were on dirt the whole time. So we camped out every night, cooked outside every night, and a stove would definitely be something good to have. So I had this, I didn't take it, but I had this and I've used it before. And this is the U.S. military M1950 stove. I think it's from the 40s, maybe earlier, I'm not sure. But it comes in this setup, which is your pot and your cup to keep it from getting destroyed. You know, and it takes 2 seconds to set up. And the best thing about this, before I even get started on showing you how to use it, which is probably 8,000 videos on YouTube on how to use these things, is this stove takes gasoline. The best thing in the world for a motorcycle trip. If you have a bike, you have gas. Now you could fill this with gas. You could carry a thing and fill it with gas when you want to use it, or you can take gas out of your bike. You know, unless you have some crazy bike where you can't get the gas out, but then you're probably not watching my channel. And it's super simple. You just, I'm not gonna light it in here because who the fuck knows? My luck today will be the day it turns into a bomb and I'll burn up 200 motorcycles. But it's super simple. You take this off. You pour your gas in. You pump it up. Like watch, I'll show you. You pump it up 10 times. And then this dial is off, center is pilot. So right now you can't see it, but it's spitting very little bit of fuel and all the way is on. And what you do is you pump it up to 10 times, you put it on pilot for a few seconds, it spits a little fuel down in the burner, you close it, light it, you turn it all the way on, and you immediately have a flame. Like I said, there's probably a bunch of videos for this on YouTube. There's no reason for me to show you how to do this. There's definitely a guy that's just into these and he's going to explain it even better, but there's really not much to it. Pump it up 10 times, put the burner on for 3 seconds, light it, put it all the way, pump it up another 10 more times. You don't need to carry some crazy canister with fuel. If it starts to die down, you pump it up some more. Comes with 2 pots already in the thing, you know, whatever, coffee, tea, whatever, food, you know, clean that shit out, and that's it. You can put the gas back in whatever, or you can leave it in. You know, that's totally up to you. And it doesn't need much gas. The other day when I took this out, I did test it just to make sure it still worked. I lit it, ran it for a minute or 2, and then when I was done, I opened this up and poured the gas back in the gas can. Hours later, a friend of mine came in the shop and was checking it out, and I showed him. I started and showed him how it works, and never put gas back in it. And when I shut it back off, I was like, man, I'm surprised that thing even ran. I poured the gas out of it this afternoon, and I took this out and poured it out, and 2 little drops came out. So it was literally running on fumes. So it's not like you got to keep filling this thing with gas. I'm not really sure what they go for. I got it as a gift. My uncle gave it to me. But I mean, I don't think they're a ton of money. And I'm sure there's a shitload of them on on eBay. You know, the M1950 military stove. I mean, you can't beat it. It's probably like 50 bucks. I think when I first got it, I looked to see what they went for, but that was years ago. I think they were 50 bucks or something like that. But, you know, if you live somewhere where there's a surplus store, they probably have one sitting. They probably have a whole fucking shelf of these things sitting. They might even still be available. I don't know what they use today, but this thing is fucking awesome, you know, and you can, with that pump, you can crank it up, like say you really, you know, you just pressure it up and the fucking flame gets super aggressive, you know. You probably could pump it 2 or 3 times and use it to, if you want to put it in your tent, you know, like as a little bit of light and a little bit of heat source. You probably could pump it 2 or 3 times, light it, and keep the flame low a little bit to heat up wherever you're sleeping also. I mean, I never really do that shit, but you probably could. I don't see why not. So I'm going to do more reviews. That Twin Cam FXR, which is mostly what everybody looks at my videos, is that silver Twin Cam FXR. That's like 99% done, so I'm going to do a video soon for that. That should be done soon. And if you know something cool like this that I don't know about, that's not a fucking $1 million and is something that actually works and is affordable, tell me about it. Drop it in the comments. You know, I'm all about stuff like this. Yeah, I mean, I've tried, it's just crazy. I had to make a video and say something about this and then all that other crazy shit. I mean, it's just crazy. This stuff is non-stop. Guys telling you to buy this, and then guys telling you to buy shocks. He's almost in the ditch. Guys telling you to do this to his motor. Fucking two months later, the motor's in pieces. The rod's hanging out the case. The other guy's telling you to buy gear, and he fucking shoots a video for his channel and rides, and then doesn't fucking ride the bike again. I mean, you know, most people are like, oh, cool. And, you know, I feel like that's another thing that's just keeping the country going, is people just buying all this stuff, you know, buy. You know, it's crazy. It's like, I ride all the time, this is what you need. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, this guy's got the same tires on his bike for 4 years, so how much do you ride? So, I mean, I could probably go on all day about this. But I'm not. M1950 stove, you can't beat it. They're pretty fucking rad. Check them out. See you on the other